Travis Kelce feeds Taylor Swift's conspiracy theorists with baby name suggestions. Travis Kelce is back in the spotlight after a brief vacation with Taylor Swift, and if the Swifties were blown away by his Zoom background in a recent interview, they'll have a lot to say about his latest podcast episode. Travis and his brother Jason Kelce welcomed Arnold Schwarzenegger to new heights. Travis did not take Jason's previous warning regarding baiting conspiracy theorists on the podcast. "I might name my first kid Conan," he said. Schwarzenegger, referring to the 76-year-old's 1982 film Conan the Barbarian. "I'm having flashbacks to Travis Barker informing the world that he wanted to name his and Kourtney Kardashian's son Rocky, partly inspired by Sylvester Stallone's famed boxing movies." Despite his daughter's protests, the Blink-182 drummer received his desire. Of course, Travis Kelce presumably understood exactly what he was doing when he made that quip. After all, Jason warned him against making such statements after sparking a debate about babies and engagement among Swifties with a single joke. Last month, Travis shocked fans by comparing basketball player Victor Wembanyama to lab-grown diamonds. "Lab-grown diamonds? That's a lab-grown fucking NBA player," he went on to say. "Can't wait till I fucking make one." Travis, are you excited to create a lab-grown baseball player or a diamond? Jason spotted the follow-up inquiries coming a mile away and warned his brother, "Don't do this. Please don't give any of these other conspiracy theories anything else to cling onto." Now that he has done it again, it appears that Taylor Swift does not mind her boyfriend taunting her followers in this way. Frankly, the newly minted millionaire is probably too busy prepping for the release of the Tortured Poets Department to be concerned about what the NFL player says on his podcast, and in interviews, especially after Kelce told People that he is the happiest I've ever been. "I am a guy who some people describe as glass. My glass is completely full," he declared earlier this month. "It's completely full. I am oozing life right now." I'm sure she was happy to hear that. Swifties believe Travis Kelce's Zoom background is a blank wall at Taylor Swift's home. Travis Kelce undoubtedly has at least one drawer containing his belongings in her residence. Just weeks after sources indicated that the tight end and his pop superstar girlfriend Taylor Swift are more or less living together at Swift's Los Angeles home, the football player gave a video interview in front of a wall that Swifties quickly discovered was part of her home. "I could know that blank wall anywhere," a fan wrote on Twitter, tweeting a clip from Kelce's Entertainment Tonight appearance and a photo Swift tweeted while quarantined. "The wall slabs behind them appear to be similar, and before you pass judgment, know that the Swiftie in question is self-aware," responding to her own post with, "Also DW guys, I am astutely aware to how chronically ill it is of me to know this damn wall. Roast me all you like." Travis Kelce had nothing but respect for the Grammy winner in the video, admiring her musical taste and heart ethic, as well as the fact that she will play 8 shows at Wembley Stadium in London when the Eras tour resumes. But first, some relaxing time. They're focused on rest and recuperation, relaxing at home, and having low-key and chill time together, a source stated about their present routine. They're enjoying movie nights in her home theater, catching up on missed films and shows. They do not want to spend too much time apart. Travis is obviously in his gushing over his GF phase, recently telling another publication, "She's on a whole different stratosphere. There is a reason why she is the best at what she does. It's because she's really articulate and focused on whatever she does." The scream from the Arrowhead Stadium crowd was deafening, but Taylor her gaze was drawn to Travis, a blur of red and gold sprinting across the field. His touchdown catch, a minute earlier, still sent shivers down her spine. This wasn't just fangirling, it was seeing the man who had her rewrite every love song in her thoughts. They'd been dating for a year, a whirlwind relationship that began with an unexpected meeting at a charity event. Travis, the dynamic all-pro tight end, had been rather bashful in asking for her autograph. Taylor, accustomed to bold-faced names, thought his clumsiness endearing. Their bond was unmistakable. He adored her music, including the angsty heartbreak songs, though he did jokingly propose a rewriting in which the ex wasn't such a jerk. She, in turn, was attracted by his excitement for the game, his infectious grin, and the way his eyes crinkled at the corners when he left. The media frenzy was immense. However, Travis, unlike some of her previous relationships, thrived on it. He'd proudly wear her goods to games and even sing her songs during win celebrations. Some called it silly, but Taylor saw it as constant support, in stark contrast to the guys who faltered in the spotlight. Travis surprised her one beautiful fall evening while she was cuddled up on the couch after a game. "There's something I want to write," he admitted, taking out a battered notepad. He read aloud a poem, his voice full with emotion. It wasn't a Shakespeare sonnet, but it did talk about furtive glances across the room, how her grin lit up a stadium, and the melody in her laughing. Taylor had tears welling up in her eyes. This was pure love, one that produced not only breakup songs, but also wonderful confessions. Later that night, standing on the balcony viewing the city lights, Taylor stated, "You know, some might say you're not the perfect man for a pop star." Travis chuckled, but she raised a hand. "But you're perfect for me. You're my biggest fan, closest friend, and the one person who can make me feel like a real lady, not just Taylor Swift Incorporated." Travis grinned and drew her close. "Taylor, you are more than simply a pop star. You are the strongest and most talented lady I know. You inspire me every day." In that moment, with the city glimmering below, Taylor realized she wasn't just writing a new chapter in her love life, she was rewriting the entire story. This wasn't a song about heartbreak, it was a lovely ballad about meeting her ideal match, a man who adored the woman behind the music. The Kansas City air crackled with a different vitality than usual. It wasn't just the excitement for the AFC Championship game, it was also the energy around Taylor Swift, who was seated in a prime box wearing a bespoke Chiefs jersey. Her gaze was not fixed to the field as it normally was at Travis's games. This time, they were completely focused on him, number 87, who was doing his magic on the field. Travis Kelce, her ordinarily raucous boyfriend, appeared to play with renewed intensity. Every touchdown grab, every vital first down, was accompanied by a glance towards her section, a secret smile saved solely for her. It was the smile that had captivated her heart months before. They'd met at a charity event, an unusual match between country music royalty and a superstar tight end. However, their bond was apparent. He, with his booming laugh and continuous support, stood in stark contrast to her previous relationships, which were generally brief. She, with her humor and knowledge, grounded him in ways that the fast-paced world of football could not. Following the Chiefs' overwhelming victory, the locker room was buzzing with post-game excitement. Travis's gaze shifted away from his cheering teammates and toward Taylor, who was patiently waiting by the entryway. He virtually barreled towards her, enveloping her in a jubilant hug that sent his phone flying. "You were incredible," she said, her voice full with emotion. "We did it, Tay," he smiled, his eyes blazing. "But the real win is seeing you here." Later, tucked away in a secluded corner of his favorite tavern, the atmosphere changed. Travis, unusually uneasy, fidgeted with a little velvet package. Taylor, noticing the difference, squeezed his hand. "There's something I want you to know, Tay," he said, his voice falling to a deep rumble. "You inspire me every day. You write about heartbreak, but also about love, the type that feels familiar. And being with you," he paused, his stare intense, "is like coming home." With quivering fingers, he opened the package to discover a dainty silver bracelet. A small football hangs on the charm, next to a dazzling guitar. Taylor's breath tightened. "You're perfect, Travis Kelce," she remarked, her voice full with emotion. "Not because you're a star athlete, but because you make me feel like a star just by being myself. You are my